her main kind of function or her main objective in life is to drag her children up through life and get them where she wants them to get to, which is a better place than she herself is.
Well, of course, he's the head of the house, so the burden is on him to provide. That's the psyche that we're talking about in this particular period, in this particular place. Although ultimately this is a very universal issue with men. All of his dignity and his pride, his honour, his integrity he wants to do the right thing for his family. But of course he's stuck, and it's not, essentially, like he says, it really isn't his fault. He's a victim purely of circumstance.
She comes round and helps Maggie once the kids are down, tidying up, and it's just part of her daily routine. She nebs in quite a lot as well, but I think that's just part of who Lily is, and she's just a good sister to Maggie, and that's her life. She doesn't have any children of her own or a hubby, so I think she sees it coming. I think she's one of those people who sees the trouble coming and she senses it and she'll say it out loud, whereas Maggie knows there's stuff stirring, whereas Lily will just say it. She's one of those people in your life who'll just come right out with it, like, watch, this is coming up, and she's made it her business to know what's going on.
Well, the rehearsal process has been brilliant. It's a big cast. Not actually counted, as I think there's 13 or 14 of us, I need to count. It's a big cast, and we have spent really the first week. We read the script from start to finish. I think one day we read it 3 times from start to finish. So it's fairly intense.
When we're actually coming to do the scenes, it's quite intense, it's quite full on, and I really like Graham's way of working. We're off the book quite early. For me, that was a really big deal. I like to hold on to that thing to the last minute. So is this week 3 or week 4? Sorry. I think it feels harder. That's usually when you're halfway, it feels a lot harder now. And so we're starting to try and run it all, and we're putting it in the space that Colin has created, our designer, and it's very small. So when we are up in the space, it feels like a real house now. It's so small, and we're just trying to sort of all feel our way around that, I guess. But it's great. It's really exciting to see what it's going to be like.
The things that have really shocked me have been the fact that the conditions are quite so bad. That there's rats and bugs and lice and people sleeping on top of, tables at night and under beds, and 3 people sharing a single bed, and Maggie and her husband, they pull out an old mattress at night in the middle of the living room or living space. I mean, to actually get a real sense of that, apparently it is kind of very realistically scaled, the set, that's how people live. It's really difficult to actually comprehend how anyone could do anything in there.
There are people in this world who are essentially still living like that, and we have the luxury of not being living like that, so it's very difficult to get under the skin of perhaps what is really going on inside,
And it's a really, really important story. We're in the middle of the Gorbals here. You walk 50 yards out of the theatre and you're in amongst exactly where this play was set. In the East End is a couple of miles that way. Not that long ago, people around here were living like this. So you feel a real weight of responsibility that you want to tell this story well, and it not be sentimentalised, and it not become a parody, and it not become a sketch, because it's a very funny play as well. So the emotional kind of dynamic of the play is up and down within one line, in one scene. So there's an awful lot goes on, but that is kind of what it was like living in that room. There is an awful lot goes on.